thing would be the nuance of university track and field, in that it is track and field is primarily an individual sport, but at the same time, there is a huge team component. So, a little bit of a self-interest around, how to get the most out of the team in regards to internal chemistry, motivating each other, and kind of how to get the performance benefits in that environment. But, really just a question posed in regards to, the uniqueness of individual team nuances there. It's hard to define in words, but when you see it, it's there. And so the descriptors that we kind of use are, a lot of intra-team dynamics. So they're spending time together, they're talking to each other, they're supporting each other. They understand that their ability to provide support and encouragement to each other is clearly present. And so, it's like, you can see high fives, and that's kind of like surface level. But if you keep on going beyond that, you start to see more group connections. And really, that's what we try and, build, enhance, support through team building events early in the season, so that when it does come time for that kind of championship period, they're a strong, unified team. Yeah, so biggest thing is just getting the expectations clear and the commitments and what we're all about. So every year we kind of have a big team meeting that goes over what the year ahead is going to bring us. I'll say sometimes it is a little scary for some of our newbies, because I do try and kind of raise the bar pretty high and say, this is what we're about. We're not going to shy away from being a performance-focused team. You are making a commitment. And so if we kind of, set the stage in that sense, everything else kind of builds off of that. So when the team goes bowling, when they volunteer at one of our community events, they can see the connection along the way and how it leads to the big team goals of being that unified supportive team, and say, all right, you want to achieve X, it's going to take Y. And part of that process is going to be being extremely motivated, engaged, focused, etc. So a lot of clear understanding, I guess, is what it ultimately comes down to. When that team energy is there, it is worth X in terms of, performance improvement. So I can't say that, if you've got a unified team, everyone's going to do 5% better, or, they're going to run a 1/10 of a second faster kind of thing. But there's just a confidence. You walk a little taller, you hold yourself up, you look into, around the track and in the stands, and you can see, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 people behind. And that it's kind of like, it's there. So, it helps. It helps performance. It helps keep you grounded. It helps motivate you. It helps everything along the way. And it's probably a little more subjective than objective. And that was probably one of the biggest frustrations with my master's, was that these are some pretty intangible things, and you can't really touch it. But when you're in that environment and you see it come into fruition, it's there. It's always weird, like, describing it in these kind of, say global terms. But then when you actually get, in an indoor track, in a field house, you see the team, you see everyone on the corner cheering, supporting, and you see someone, PB by, just a monster PB, you're going, yeah, this definitely plays an effect. I'll start with the unmotivated athletes. Like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink, kind of thing. We try and provide every, historical reference, current benefit of the team, the opportunities that are available, the fact that there's nothing standing in your way other than yourself, and try and get them to understand and take that personal responsibility in it. And if that doesn't motivate them, to say what they can all be a part of, it's really hard. So we try and really kind of build things around the benefits, the supports, the teams kind of thing, and get them motivated in that way. But the biggest thing is just the understanding that it is extremely difficult to win and be successful at, I'll use the U Sports track and field level. It is highly competitive, and the motivated athletes are sometimes too motivated in the sense that they need to see how to get victories when it's not a gold medal. And we can go to U Sports Nationals, and we can take an athlete from 12th to 5th, and they PB amazingly, but they didn't win. So it's, or didn't get on the podium. So it's kind of a failure in their eyes, because, they're just so motivated. But at the same time, it's like, you got to celebrate all the victories. And so if you can improve your ranking by 1 spot, if you can score 1 point, if you can get any sort of personal best at a major championship, those are the things we try and convey. But it's just that understanding of, it's not always gold medals, it's not always PBs, and that's not a detriment to who they are as student athletes. So sometimes it's just like the biggest barrier is them, is getting them out of the way, kind of thing. Health is number one. You cannot do anything if you're on the sideline. You cannot get better. If you are unable to compete, that's even worse. We are a sport where you can't really compete at 90% or 92%. You can't be, a step or two behind. So, it might have been Harry Mara who kind of, explained this one to me, but it was like, I'd rather be 80% trained and 100% healthy than 100% trained but 80% healthy. Because at the end of the day, if you're not healthy, it's just impossible to be successful in athletics and track and field. So probably that's the biggest one. And then that leads to a lot of the day-to-day coaching iterations in the daily training environment. You're going to pull back, you're going to do a little less, you're going to go on a softer surface, you're going to work on this prehab routine a little longer. And really a lot of the decisions that we make are really geared towards maintaining health. With reduced opportunities, less contacts, less overall just opportunities, motivation for, I'll say a good chunk has been a tougher situation. But on the flip, there's been a good, number of athletes who are, their motivation did not take a step back. They've had their eyes on the prize, so to speak, in terms of, their next opportunities at the conference level, at the national level, just in, their own individual pursuits of personal bests. And they kind of said, well, I got 18 months to focus on me and make myself a better athlete and, a better, competitor. And they really took the responsibility and the opportunity to become better. And so it's a weird one where we've had, I'll just say like 50% of the team are coming back better, faster, stronger, because they really looked at the opportunities available to them over this, kind of goofy COVID period. And the other half, took it a little easier, a little, I don't want to say lazy, but they prioritized other areas of their life. And, that is something to be commended. But at the same time, when we're talking about hundreds of seconds and, 1 centimeter being the difference between qualifying for U Sports and not, that is it was a unique situation. And we're just happy that we're kind of turning the key a little bit and, being able to train again. And, the last week and a half, just seeing the team in action has been, I'll say, highly motivating for everyone. and able to kind of see, okay, yeah, we're back in it. We've got a job to do now, and we're focused on kind of being the best team that we can be as a collective. Extremely strong. As I mentioned, like health is an extreme, I'll use the term KPI, key performance indicator, for our team and everything we try and do. But injuries in performance sports are kind of walking the tightrope. So we know it's going to happen. But when you are on the sideline, going through your rehab routines, doing your exercises, focusing on, coming back stronger, more balanced, more, coordinated, robust as an athlete, looking around the track and seeing your teammates, one, support you, give you that encouragement, raises you up, but then you can also feel and feed off of what they're doing. And so that team chemistry kind of works both ways within the dynamic, in the sense that the injured athlete is going, all right, I see my teammates doing work. I'm going to put in the work and trying to get better and get back so I can do my workouts to be better, kind of thing. But then they're also going the other way, and the healthy athletes are seeing the commitment and the dedication for the injured athlete, and they're going, all right, if Tom is putting all this work in to just get rid of his ankle sprain, his shin splints, whatever, they can feed off of that. And again, it just, the cliche is, like a high tide raises all boats in the harbor. It does have that effect within the group. And so, that team chemistry, that motivation, all those kind of, I'll say connected aspects continually just, kind of provide value and reinforce the direction that we're taking as a program. I guess it would kind of be summarized in, you have to read and respond to the group. And if your club, your team, your group of individuals that you're working with are understanding of where you're trying to get to and what you're trying to do. So if you're a high school team and you're just trying to get, 4 provincial qualifiers, that's the goal. And it's not being shy away from making those statements, really trying to put those dreams, those goals, those aspirations out there, and let them know that they can play a role, that they can contribute to this. And if they can, see how the impact or the small decisions that they make can have an impact on the collective, that's when it's, I'll use the term kind of remarkable, in the sense that, in this crazy sport of track and field, you can get, 5, 10, 20, 30, 100 individuals clearly coming in from an individual standpoint. And if you can kind of make this, the circular table, if you will, give them all a seat at the table, give them an opportunity to kind of provide value to everyone within the group, that's when, I've really been able to see in my coaching and, the USask teams and even New Brunswick prior, everyone kind of starts to gel. They get a little closer, that, they start to make better decisions in terms of, their nutrition, their sleep, their warm-ups, their cool downs, their focus they bring into workouts. And, and it's just that snowball effect of the motivation continues to build. And so I'd say just get everyone a seat around the table and don't be shy to put those goals and aspirations down. And the key ones will kind of, they'll anchor towards that, and they'll kind of latch themselves on, and that's when the fun and excitement really happens.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jason is a very highly energetic guy. So he draws your attention at any point in time. His encouragement and leadership really motivates us all to strive to be our best. Basically, I'd say his coaching philosophy lets you grow and mature as an athlete on your own time. I think that's what really motivates us as athletes. And another thing is Jason always produces results. And when you see results, and winning results, that is, you want to be a part of that as well. So who doesn't want to be a part of a winning team? I think our team chemistry stems from the history of our team and the traditions. It was actually the main reason why I chose to go to the U of S. We carry on traditions throughout every year to our rookies to help them bond with our veterans, and then so on and so forth. I think another thing that really welcomes newcomers to our team is our coaching staff. They're very understandable, very welcoming, and they never put anyone first, if that makes sense. They, especially Jason, everyone's treated as equal, and it's a very welcoming, honest environment. Yeah, absolutely. Positive energy creates success, where negative energy creates, downfalls and failures. I feel like our best years of a team have been when we are closely bonded together. Our worst years as a team is when not everybody's getting along. And personally, I think my best years as an athlete have been when I've been training with my best friends, especially my grade 12 year, for instance, training with my best friend, Von Taylor. That's when I've produced the best results. So like I said, positive energy creates, success in a winning team, winning culture. I've had a lot of setbacks lately in my athletic career. And I think what's driven me to get back to where I was or where I could be is the team in general. To be honest, being part of something bigger than yourself is really what drove me to get back. You want to prove not only to yourself, but to everybody around you that you still have it, or you still have something. And you want to be a part of that success, and not just the success, but the memories and everything that comes with it. So to be quite honest, Jason is absolutely the most organized, structured coach I've ever met. He's also very welcoming and energetic. I think his best trait is that he understands the athlete's wants and needs, and he'll always make the time to accommodate for them. And that also stems back from being extremely organized and well-structured in his coaching, in his academic, and his personal life. He always seems to put the team first, and I think his athletes, and myself included, we really respect that.